Hello and welcome to another episode of the Aesthetic Lifestyle Podcast. And today I'm going to tell you a true story that still winds me up to this day. So, one of my clients, before working with me, had a coach that he didn't have the greatest experience with. And he literally had an experience with this coach where he told him that he was going on holiday. And this coach said to him, "You still need to train and diet on holiday." What? Who do you think you are, you dickhead? Imagine that. You're an adult. You work your ass off all year. The stress, the long hours, paying for a nice holiday, trying to look after yourself, your health, your partner. You get this holiday booked, new place, new culture, new food, new memories. It's time to switch off and relax. And some absolute turbo prat thinks they can boss you around and tell you what to do and say, well, you're not going to do any of that. You still need to train and diet, just in a different place. Mate, fuck off. Honestly, if someone said that to me, I would be putting them straight in the bin. When I go away, I've worked hard. I want to chill. I want to relax. I run a business. I train hard, care about how I look and feel, care about my clients. But when I go on holiday, I want to decompress. I've just, at the time of recording this, not so long, month or so, been back from the US. It was the first actual holiday I'd taken in a long time, right? It's the first holiday in who knows how long that I've taken that wasn't at Christmas. So I wanted to really make the most of it and still kept up with client messages and whatnot. But beyond that, I was totally chilling. I was there just over 2 weeks and I ate out every single day. I ate all the good stuff: cheesecake, burgers, beer, wine, all the good stuff. I ate an unholy amount of burritos because I was in California, right by Mexico. Unbelievable. And guess what? I maintained my weight. I didn't blow up like a balloon, didn't come back 10 kilos heavier, didn't lose any progress. But here's the thing, I still had an element of loose structure there. Not rules, not like rigid military style bollocks, just some common sense that added to my holiday more than anything. And that's what I want you guys thinking when you're listening for this. Is this going to add or take away from my holiday? And I'll explain the strategy that I used and that I will always use for my time away. And a lot of my clients do something very, very similar. The part that really does my head in about this story with this previous coach, though, is he never asked this client what he wanted from the holiday. Did he want to chill completely? Did he want to maintain? Did he want to still train? What did he want to get from that holiday? He never asked. And that is basically a criminal offense in coaching. You don't assume shit, right? You don't get to assume what people want. You don't get to put what you want on somebody else. You don't get to treat someone else's life like your personal project. You don't get to treat someone else's holiday. You don't get to ruin someone else's holiday because you can't teach flexibility. And this is why so many lads feel trapped, right? They look inside the fitness industry and they just think, as much as I'd like to be in shape, I also want to live life. I still want to be able to have the odd beer, go on holiday, have experiences. And they feel like they can't do both because they have dickheads like that telling them they can't. And it's absolute bollocks, right? The goal isn't to be chained to a plan your whole life. It's to build a lifestyle that works for you, whether you're in your hometown or you're the other side of the world. And that's not going to be the exact same thing, or you're not going to do the exact same thing every single day. So here's what I do when I go away. And these are the sorts of conversations that I have with clients. So first of all, you need to decide what you want from the holiday. If you want to go all in on food, drink, as long as you know the repercussions of that, if you're going all you can eat buffet every single day, right? If you know the repercussions of that and you still want to do it, do it. That's up to you. If you want to maintain whilst you go away, right? Great. You want to be able to enjoy the nice food. You want to be able to enjoy your holiday to the absolute max, but you want to come back and have maintained your shape. And you want to feel good when you're on holiday. These are the sorts of things that I would be looking at doing. So, first of all, I am absolutely 100% 1000% supportive of enjoying the local food, trying the pastries, having meals out, doing what the locals do. 100%. I genuinely don't see the point in going to a place if you're not going to do that. Just think, what the hell is the point? Pisses me off so much, actually, when you see people abroad and they're usually English or British in McDonald's. I'm like, what are you doing, you dickhead? So if you're listening, you're one of those people. I'm like, what the hell is that about? But anyway, if we are wanting to maintain, we need to understand that not every single meal that we have away needs to be a super heavy indulgent one. What I do and what I would recommend you guys do is just look at where the priority is. Where the priority is for you in your day. For me, it's my evenings, the dinner sort of period. I want to have whatever dinner I want, maybe a dessert, maybe a couple drinks. And we do have to accept that across the holiday, we probably are going to consume more calories than we would normally. And so what? So here's how I structure my day most of the time when I'm away. I'll keep it pretty light in the morning. I'll have protein shake and fruit, yogurt and fruit, eggs on toast, that kind of thing. Lunch, I'll look for something that's high in protein and high in veg, fiber, and so on. Nothing crazy strict, doesn't need to be the most perfect thing, but I'm looking for that for the most part to just keep things slightly on the lighter side. I'm not tracking a single calorie. I'm just intelligently going, right, this is high in protein, a fair bit lower in calories, pretty much. And it's going to keep me full. It's going to keep me satiated, and I'm also going to enjoy it. And then dinner, I'll totally relax. I'll have whatever I want. I'll have whatever I decide I want off the menu. I'll enjoy it. I might have a glass of wine or two. I might have dessert. And throughout the day, if there's local pastries and whatnot, I will have one. Fucking absolutely. There's nothing better than when you're in Portugal and you can have a pastel de nata. Unreal. So good. So yeah, I'm not tracking, not by any means. I am literally just going, right, my priority is the evening. That is what I want. So in the other meals, I'm going to eat a little bit lighter just so that I can have those additional calories in the evening when I want them. And if I want to have like pastry or whatever throughout the day, then I will. Not even just a pastry, just like nice local things. Like in Italy, they do this like small, it's like an iced coffee, but it's like cream. I don't know. It was absolutely amazing. No idea how many calories are in it. Couldn't care less. I just totally enjoyed it, and I had one every day when I was there. So I'm not stressing about things. I am just making smart decisions most of the time. But if I'm out for the day and I walk past somewhere that looks really, really nice for lunch, whatever it may be, and I want to have it, I will also have it. I'm not going to sit there and go, no, sorry, mate. You need to have this. That's just a structure that I will usually aim for, but not necessarily, right? That's general sort of target. And a lot of my clients will do the same. Cool. As long as they get what they want, happy days. And then when it comes to liquid calories, and for the Brits listening to this is especially going out to you because Brits, for some reason, think drinking from the minute they wake up to the minute they go to sleep is the best possible idea. I don't really think so. Not for me anyway, but what we have to consider with liquid calories is that they tot up very, very quickly. They don't really keep us full at all if it's not like protein shake or something along those kind of lines. And if we're on the beers from 10, 11 a.m., we're getting a lot of calories down before dinner. We're at like 1500 calories just from alcohol or cocktails or even fruit smoothies and stuff like that. They do tot milkshakes, whatever it is. It tots up quickly. So generally what I do myself is I will keep the majority of my evening calories, of my liquid calories to the evening. I might have an iced coffee or something in the day. Again, I'm not ridiculously strict on it, nice and relaxed, but I'm going, well, I do want to have that nice meal in the evening, have a few glasses of wine, whatever it is, and not have anything to worry about when I come back. I don't mean worry, pull back anything, right? I just want to be able to have this wicked time away and crack back on my life straight away. And as simple as that, really. But again, like I said, not a hard rule. just a general rule of thumb. When I was in America, the time difference meant that the Manchester United games were on midday. Cool. So what I would do is I'd go out and have a beer, watch the football because I enjoy that. I was on holiday, and then I'd crack on with the rest of my day. Easy. And then movement. So a lot of people will go on holiday, they'll eat way more food than they would normally, and they will practically not move the entire holiday. I was speaking to someone once and they said to me, when they go on holiday, they don't leave the hotel. They just basically go on the sunbed, by the pool, take a book, and that's it. So it's basically doing about 2,000 steps a day. And for one, that's not something I would see as overly enjoyable, right? For me, if I'm just lay there for 10 hours, I'd rather just do that at home if that's really what I wanted to do. Right, I'm all for sunbathing, chilling in the sun by the pool, by the beach, reading a book. 100% love that. But I'm also there to explore the place, right? So take advantage of that. You go into a beautiful place, go see it, walk around. Instead of getting a taxi somewhere, walk if it's reasonable, or rent a bike, whatever. Because what you're going to do then is keep your calorie expenditure high. You're going to keep burning a good amount of calories. So when you're eating more calories, you're also maintaining a decent calorie burn as well. And then when it comes to training, and this goes for your whole holiday, is it going to add to the holiday or take away? I have quite a number of clients that love training when they go on holiday. They get up early, they go train, and then they crack on the rest of the day. That works for them, cool. For me, if it's under a week, I don't really bother. I will generally tie it in with a deload so I can just explore and enjoy my holiday. If it's over a week, then I will generally maintain my sort of normal routine, or maybe I'll have a deload one week and then train the other. Maybe I'll do 3 full body sessions. I'll continue an element of training. When I was in the US, I maintained my normal routine. I would just buy a week pass, because what I would do is I'd go first thing in the morning and then crack on with the rest of my day, because I was there 16 days or something. So that's what I would do there. But if I was to go to Rome for the weekend, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to enjoy myself and move on, because it would be a shorter holiday, and I want to prioritize doing all the shit there, seeing the place. Like I said, some of my clients love training on holiday. I have literally one client still that he goes away multiple times a year, and he always asks for a just a quick pump holiday session that he can do. But he's got a young kid, right? And he sees that as his time in the morning where he can just go, exercise, move on. He loves it. So it works for him. Other clients like me, and that's cool. Again, it is what works for you. Is it going to add or take away from your holiday? It is your life. It is your call. You're not going to lose muscle in a few days, so don't shit yourself. And generally, when it's myself, if it is like that under a week sort of thing, I'm still going to be active. I'm still going to be walking. I'm still going to be exploring. If I was to go to Thailand again, I would be taking a couple Muay Thai classes. I'd be doing something. So you don't need strict rules. I just have general sort of guidelines that I use for myself that I will use most of the time, but not all of the time. Okay, you don't need some dickhead there with a clipboard saying, oh, you need to do this. Fuck off, right? You need to understand how to make decisions that align with you and what you want. And it's as simple as that. So if this aligned with you and you took value from this, then please do subscribe to the podcast, and I will see you in the next one.